Mosted.
Propertage. Dun digga dun digga dun dun digga doo 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 dum bum ba dum bum ba doo 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 doo. I did watch Return of the Jedi in the background while I was doing things. Despecialized is so much better than the special edition.
In return?
That one especially out of all of them is like
Let's go.
really good.
There has been an awakening.
Someone has awoken. You woke my funky ass up. I had some Cheerios ready to go, but now they're soggy. I don't think I want them anymore.
Oh, you see?
What have we here?
You guys are so...
See it, you do. Oh,
See what I have it?
what you see it?
Why'd you give it to me? Take it down, leave it dry.
Face and R2 dickhead.
Will you take it, leave it?
Take it.
Express checkout. Aye.
Half price today.
13 prices.
Good day, Galaxy. Rogue Squadron Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. I am Opar.
I'm Commander Sick.
Sickness. Sick nasty.
Oh, yeah.
Not in a good way.
Not in a
Sick
good
with a
way.
PH.
Sick with a
Delirious over
sick
here.
with a PH. I almost believed you for a second. I think I'm in a different dimension on cough syrup or whatever. So who knows what's going to happen this episode? You see the new Star Trek thing?
Delusional liquid.
I didn't have any cough syrup. I'm just kidding. But you can tell by my sounds that
You haven't had any
I was
cough
sick.
syrup?
No.
I mean, you're not coughing. Coughing!
Wheezing. I do a good wheezing impression when I'm sick. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. This is episode, what?
182 or something like that?
191.
Is that far?
191.
You're lying.
No, I'm serious.
We skipped 10 of them?
no.
I
we
skipped
just-
10 of them mentally.
Well, remember that one day you're like, I always want to say the episode number so I remember, but then you stopped saying it. So you
Yeah.
just lost track.
I forgot.
We'll be at 200 by the summertime.
Was I on the other episodes?
I think so. It was just me and Anakin talking to each other.
and Anakin.
I was like, why are you so mad all the time, man?
Well,
I was trying to get some answers.
good day,
At
Galaxy.
least we're synchronized.
Today, we've got several things. We're going to wrap up a celebration conversation.
Yes. Because we missed you last week, so we got to catch up.
Yeah, so we've got that. We do want to touch on the passing of Peter Mayhew. Unfortunately, that happened. We're not going to get to Game of Thrones. We are halfway through the last season.
Everyone's halfway through the last season.
Yeah,
Ballpark.
yeah. But so we're not going to be doing any spoilers. We're going to run out of time. So we're not going to be doing any Game of Thrones this episode, but we will try to touch on Endgame.
Yep.
So if you have not seen Endgame, there's going to be a spoiler alert at least later in this episode.
Possibly.
But
I might
there's so much.
forget.
There's so much to talk about there.
It's been 10 days. I mean, come on. If you're worried about spoilers, you would have seen it already.
Step up.
Unless you were hospitalized or something. I don't know. Also, some publishing news from Lucasfilm. They announced on May 4th yesterday, and I've been catching up on a lot of things, trying to get some audiobook knowledge. So we're going to talk about all things Star Wars and then a little bit of Endgame. I've just, in general, been balls deep on Star Wars. It feels good. Celebration really got me in the mood.
Up. Travis Dunn said he's going on Tuesday, so he has not seen Endgame.
Oh, Travis, you must not like things very much.
Must.
I heard you guys were talking shit about me last night.
Oh no! That was all last week. Last night we ended it.
All last week. That's been the past 3 years. That's been since the creation of the cast pod.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's May 5th, Revenge of the 5th,
yeah.
and we missed May 4th. I was sick on May 4th all day. I didn't do anything. I read some comics, some Star Wars comics to be specifically. Played a little bit of Battlefront, but not really. And I had to bow out of any sort of festivities because I was just couldn't think. It's groggy, terrible. You can hear it still. It was just a generally awful day.
And on that note, as we do every episode, we're going to be skipping our beer review because Commander can't feel anything from the waist down.
You're more than welcome to the one beer we have left from Tavor. You're more than welcome to have it if you want.
No,
I'll
I'm
have a
good.
sip and try it.
I had some beers last night. I had the Darth Malt, which was pretty good from Seventh Son over down to there.
I'm gonna have to get a growler of that before next episode when I can truly enjoy it. I don't want to have like a sip while I'm sick and then be like, oh, it's okay, but I can't. My taste buds, my smell buds, they're all different directions today. So I got some ginger ale. Can't get dry.
Yeah. I do. If I had to pick one
Greenland wet.
pop to drink the rest of my life, it would
Ginger ale?
it would be between Canada Dry ginger ale and just a Sprite.
Yeah.
Those would be my top 2.
Dr. Pepper all day, every day.
See, I love Dr. Pepper, but as soon as I have a half a can, I'm done with it for a while. It's so...
I feel like as soon as I have a half a can of any kind of soda, I'm done with it. I usually only have it at the movies. We saw Endgame, get some popcorn, extra butter, some Dr. Pepper. It was a good day. I wasn't sick that day.
Dr. Pepper. Where's it from?
What? The name Dr. Pepper?
No. I don't know.
What's your question?
Did I have cough syrup too? What?
You might have. Time traveling.
Mopar, where's your hospital mask? It's built into the beard. Did it flip it up?
Actually, yeah, I might get you sick. I'm going to have to sterilize these mics once we're done.
Just have a sterilization.
Need to get some alcohol wipes.
Could do that.
I'm just worried I'm going to get you sick.
Are we doing guess the scene or what?
Yeah, we can. I'm going to review this the ginger ale.
Find
It's
some
good.
letter numbers on the can.
140.
14 minutes in episode 0.
No, 40 minutes in episode 1.
We're doing episode 1 again? That was the last one we did, episode 1.
Was it? I can't remember.
1, 2.
They're all-
1 minute into episode 2.
Okay. Okay. It's halfway through the crawl.
Yeah, but where?
Halfway. That's it. Something about Count Dooku. It probably says Count Dooku on screen.
I'm going to say the word separatist.
Are we really doing 1
Yeah,
minute
yeah.
into episode 2?
Yeah, I'm going to say the word separatist is somewhere mid-screen. The separatist army.
Led by the
Count Duckus.
Count. There was a adjective for his name though. I can't remember what he says in the crawl.
The delirious Count
That's
Dooku.
probably my worst piece of trivia for Star Wars. I don't remember the crawl for pretty much anything. Like I don't really know what the crawl says on most of the movies.
It's true.
I feel like that's an important thing. It sets up the film itself. I just don't know any of them.
Jared's saying the crawl is done by then. So a minute in? You think the crawl's already passed?
I feel like by the time you see 20th Century Fox, because remember this is the prequel, and then Lucasfilm, long time ago, and then the crawl. No, it's still got to be going on by then.
It'll be close.
All right, well, let's find
It'll be
the
close.
fuck out.
I still think it's probably mid to late crawl.
Do you think that?
So again, guess the scene.
in.
We are 1 whole minute into episode 2. The Attack of the Everybody Looks Like Me.
Attack the Trankus. I think this is the first time that I don't have to like scrub through. I can just be like, "Yo, this is."
Because we're
I'm
5
just gonna
minutes
let
in.
it run for
or
a minute.
We're,
5 minutes.
we're 7 seconds in, and we're still on 20th Century Fox.
17th century America.
14 seconds. Lucasfilm. Yeah,
Yeah,
we've got to be mid crawl here. Lucasfilm's turning that.
I'm just gonna
gold,
let
baby.
this run. It's the best movie ever made.
Ba-da-da,
Not even yet. Long time, some time ago, in the universe next door.
a while back. Oh
Oh
wow, that's almost exactly 30 seconds is when that hits.
So now we have. Actually, it's a good reference if we ever have a
really early one
very
again.
yeah. We can know. We can know.
We
30
could
seconds.
perhaps take it in.
I did know it.
Ooh, we're getting close here. So we got 15 seconds to go. Attack of the Clones.
Oh my god.
The Separatists have taken over.
We're not even going to finish the first paragraph by 1 minute. There's
Come on,
unrest
Separatists.
in the Galactic Senate. Several
Come
thousand
on.
solar systems have declared
Separatists.
their intentions to
Stop.
leave the Republic.
Separatist! Yes! Yes! Mopar got it right.
Yep, you did get it. And then the third line in that second paragraph is the mysterious Count Dooku.
Mysterious.
He is pretty mysterious. Well, good job. You win. I was off by literally like 3 seconds.
I'm like the reigning champ, man. I'm like the Warriors of Guess the Scene.
I guess technically I did win though because I said the second paragraph.
Well, let's pause it here. Because it's
All right. Well,
101. Separatist is popping up.
Yeah.
So technically I'm off by a half second. But I
don't
win.
have to worry about
I'll take my
technicalities.
I'll take my prom banner or whatever it's called. The sash.
Guess the scene completionist.
Good day, Galaxy.
So did you win? Listeners, did you win or did you lose? Leave a comment.
Buy us a Lego if you won.
Speaking of Legos, I was putting together
Is it the fastest ever?
20. Yes. I built the Lego the fastest ever. They did a 20th anniversary series of a bunch of episode 1 sets. I got the Pod Racer, obviously. That's like the second or third Lego set, Star Wars Lego set I ever had. I was putting that together. I didn't finish it in time, though. You showed up and ruined everything.
What did you have to build it?
What? I just have the one engine to put together. It's almost done. It's 2/3 done.
Good. It's good.
And it came with a commemorative pilot Luke Skywalker.
Does it come with a Jar Jar hand? It pops into the end of
No.
the turbo fins.
Comes with Padme, though. Teenage Padme.
Oh, wow, 14.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one. That's the one.
Oh,
Omnipotent.
friends, family, welcome to the show.
Good day, Galaxy. So I do want to get into some quick news before we dive in.
You're not going to talk about the weather today?
Weather was actually beautiful today. I didn't get outside. Sucked.
I went on one walk. Try not to do too much physicalities because I'm
Trying to do physics. I was
not trying
outside. Equations kept flying
no
at me.
calculations today. It's
With
not gonna
this
happen.
inertia and this girth, what the fuck happened?
Girth.
The girth equation.
Can you imagine if girth was like a variable in physics? Astrophysics.
It's mass. Girth. It's the same thing.
Professor in astrophysics with a specialization in girth.
Girth. That's some nutty professor shit. What do you specialize in? Oh, I got it.
Girth, baby.
Girth, baby. You want to learn about it? Deep into the studies of girths.
We doing news first, or are we going to finish celebration?
Let's do news real quick. So Dooku audiobook. What was it actually called?
Jedi Lost.
Jedi Lost. It's a Dooku book.
That's audiobook only.
Specifically an audiobook only. Now, I am maybe an hour into it. I think it's a 7 or 8 hour, maybe 9 hour, something along those lines.
I'll pull it up and look. I lucked out. I had some travel at the start of this week, right when it came out. So I had plenty of airplane time to listen to it. It's 6.5 hours.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
And I am,
Just over halfway.
no, I'm 4 hours in. 4.5 hours in. I got 2 hours left. That's halfway through this particular chapter.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm about 2/3 done.
I'll tell you where I'm at. Dooku's young. Does he stay young the whole time, or does it or is it?
So it's from Asajj Ventress' point of view. She just became Dooku's apprentice, and she has seen all these old holo messages that Dooku sent to his sister. So it starts when he's like really young, and then it goes through like his time in the Jedi Temple. And as far as where I've gotten, Qui-Gon is now his apprentice, and they're on some mission.
Oh,
so
okay,
he's
so it's
probably
actually-
what, like 30 years old or something.
So it's actually going all the way back through.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the first scene was Asajj became his apprentice, and then he talks about how he met his sister.
Yeah.
His sister.
Sister.
But I'm in the point where the building collapsed on top of him.
Yeah.
And he thought he was lifting it up, but it was Yoda, and he felt dumb. So I'm literally maybe a half hour, 45 minutes into it. I'm not too far.
But why did the building collapse on him?
See, I zoned out, and I went back, but
I zone out sometimes too, but I'm pretty sure there was like a statue of like this old Sith beast or something, and he was
And he
like looking
touched
at
it?
it, and he got like this force vision or something, and it started fucking up whatever temple or arena or whatever they were in, and it started collapsing on him.
well, there was kind of Game of Thronesy because it was like the house sigils. They had their logos or whatever you want to call them up, and he was asking what the one specific one was, and she said it's my family, which ends up being his family.
Yeah.
But and then they start staring at some statues, and they start vibrating, and the whole fucking building comes down. But
It's good so far.
yeah, it's interesting. There was a couple small things that I already wrote down that I'll touch upon.
I wrote a couple good things that I'll write down that I will talk about that I wrote down.
Dooku was discussing kind of the beginning of the Jedi and how, people get abducted by them.
Yeah.
And he said something about a Jedi Seeker. Before the Jedi Seeker came out and found me, and I'm like, man, they're sending like
That's like a role that they
recruit.
have.
Yeah, recruitment. Taking your son.
Oh, your baby can lift the towel by himself.
Oh, the baby. Your baby can wipe his own ass. Come on.
I don't know how much to talk about because I don't want to give spoilers.
Mine's just small stuff, and there's no storyline stuff. So I wrote down Jedi Seeker like it was a separate whole fucking thing. I thought that was interesting that they would have a whole recruitment Jedi part of the Order. Weird.
So
Weird.
I got, on that note, I got a lot of Harry Potter vibes from this audiobook, which is really cool because there's a lot of Dooku and Sifo Dyas when they're students.
Yeah.
And they're like sneaking around and trying to get in this restricted area of the archives and this and that. And the professors, the masters are always like stopping them and getting pissed. But a lot of Harry Potter vibes. And when you said that,
Jedi
it was
Seeker.
almost like once they graduate, then they pick I'm going to work for the Ministry of Magic. I'm going to go hunt down babies and bring them into Coruscant.
Hunt down babies. Yeah. I thought it was funny, a little goof, because Sifo Dyas was talking about Yoda and how wise he was, and Dooku was just like, yeah, Yoda is one of those people that will like seem to be born ancient. I was like, that's funny as fuck.
Like he was 900 when he was born.
Yeah, like he was just wise and old, like the day he was born. I thought that was funny. And then in conversation, his sister was talking to her family before they had met Dooku again, whatever. And she was talking about how the lightsabers were strictly ceremonial, that they weren't weapons. Because they were doing like some training on the planet.
Like a demonstration.
Like a demonstration. And it seemed political, and that was it. But it was something along the lines, I think her father said something that the mother said something about the lightsabers looking dangerous. And I think the dad said, no, they're strictly ceremonial. I was like, whoa.
He's making shit up.
Oh, but that was like, should they be ceremonial?
Maybe.
And now we're using them as fucking laser swords and cutting people in half?
Yeah.
They shouldn't be. They're supposed to be ceremonial. Anakin.
Bananakin. All right, so I won't say too much as far as plot goes, but I have been really, really enjoying it so far. Dooku's been one of my favorite characters for a long time, so finally getting some backstory on him is awesome.
Front story.
And as this wraps up, and he has Qui-Gon as his apprentice, obviously we already knew that, then I'm excited to finish that and dive into Master and Apprentice, where Qui-Gon is now the Master and he has Obi-Wan. Very excited. It's a good time for prequels fans. I'm also reading Queen's Shadow. I'm 2/3 of the way through that. Lots of political intrigue stuff. She's trying to find her way around the Senate. She's meeting Bail Organa, Mon Mothma, making connections. Yeah, it's good. I don't want to give anything away until I finish it, and then I'll do a whole shebang.
The Dooku one still feels like a young adult.
Think so?
Yeah. I'm not anywhere like into the thick of the book yet, but it feels it. It does feel very Harry Potter, which is young adult.
Well, also maybe just because Dooku's maybe because Dooku's a kid when you start.
Well, that's the whole point. You didn't have to have him start as a kid.
Yes, you did. Because you're getting his backstory. The thing that I thought was interesting, because obviously he ends up finding out what his family is from in Sereno. It's just, I find it interesting as I was thinking back, like, they didn't change his name. So, like, if his name is something Dooku, wouldn't he just, like, go start looking for other families that with the last name Dooku and try to figure out where he's from?
But that's not the point. Like, I feel like, because even Sifo Dyas was, I think, talking about you're not supposed to. And I think, no, okay.
Yeah, you're not supposed to, but Dooku doesn't follow the rules.
Dooku was the one trying to follow the rules. He said, Sifo Dyas mentioned, like, this is where you're from. You should find your family or find your home. And he's like, the Jedi Archives are my home.
The archive specifically.
Yeah.
I sleep in the
Jedi
library.
Council is my family.
Sleep on the bookshelf.
It's me.
Yeah.
Count Sereno. What a hoe.
How convenient of you to pop in at this
Yeah,
exact
it's very
moment.
convenient. I'm actually disturbed by it.
My only gripe with it being audiobook only is that I don't have a reference to all the words and names. Like, there's a lot of new character names and a lot of like species and planet names that I don't know how they're spelled. And there's like,
That's what you're worried about?
they're introducing them in this book, so I can't look it up because like
It's a really good character, but I don't know the punctuation on their.
I am concerned about.
Is it 2 words? Is it hyphenated?
Yes, that's important.
Ruined character.
It's important.
Sifo Dyas.
Sifo Dyas. And what other was I going to say?
Dooku.
Because I want to know what they're introducing into canon. You know what I mean? Because those beasts statues that he was looking at, and it comes up again. The word almost sounds like Terentatek from KOTOR. It's something different, and it's like an ancient Sith beast. So I'm like, oh, is this like just the canon version of the Terentatek? But I don't know how the fucking the word was spelled, so I can't look it up.
I was just picturing Gotham City. All the
Citizens
statues.
of Gotham, welcome, dude.
Gotham.
Some of those statues are so.
In all the Batmans. In all
Batman
of them.
and Robin specifically.
They're like surfboarding.
They have an entire race on a statue's arm. Like, how big is that statue? Who built that? Ancient cultures. All right, anyways. So, yeah, a lot of prequel shit happening. I'm excited. I've been reading those comics as well.
Battlefront 2 doesn't work anymore.
It's just offline for today.
And yesterday.
Yeah, it's a bad weekend for them to...
Wasn't it
for
like
the server
special,
to go down.
Special points or some double time?
No, it was an event to unlock Leia's new skin, which we did on Friday night. We got it. The community unlocked it around like 8 on Friday night. So maybe they had just too many people playing the game, which is a good thing, but then the servers broke, so now it's a bad thing.
Count Smoke Show. She looked good.
What, in the princess
Leia?
dress?
No, that's the worst one. All the other ones look.
It's cool, though. I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the first, that's the original. That's what you see.
Too bad there's no 10 and 4 map that I could play it with. Or Death Star 1 map that I could play it with.
The original Tantive 4 map and the original Battlefront 2.
So good.
I loved doing that and being Grievous.
Because it makes no sense.
Well, yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but it's so close
Yeah.
that you're just running through the hallways like a fucking demon blender. I love it.
So when I couldn't log on, I did pop in the Battlefront 2 from 2005, and I played that for a little bit instead.
It's fun.
It was fun. I feel like it, without the multiplayer, like the true online multiplayer, it does get kind of old kind of quick because you're just shooting endless bots and
You're
droids.
just destroying everything.
Yeah.
Even when you put it on Elite, you're like, shit, I got shot once. Fuck this! You take out 50 guys and
I had a good showdown with Jango Fett versus Obi-Wan.
Is that right? On Caminas.
Comangus, yeah.
Commandum.
It was good.
It's good. All right.
What else is in news-wise?
Well, we had the passing
Yes.
of Peter Mayhew.
Yes.
That happened, I guess, a few days before it was announced, which was kind of nice that the family had some time before they made it public.
Yeah.
I guess he passed away on the last day of April, I believe, and they announced it May 2nd. Crazy because he was just at Celebration. We didn't see him, but he was there.
I saw him from afar, but I didn't get a autograph or a picture with him, which I now kind of sincerely regret.
And then, of course, all the original trilogy people, at least Mark Hamill, and the other drunk one.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford were saying kind things about him.
Harrison Ford actually had something nice to say because he barely talks about anything. So
Yeah. Well,
like
the
seeing
fact that he
his-
said anything at all was
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they were best buddies.
well, that's the point I was going to make is you think about the original trilogy, it's always Han, Luke, and Leia. But Chewie is in just as the same amount of scenes as Leia is probably, if not more.
Yeah. Chewie's the GOAT, man. He is.
So
He saves people's lives. He's like their enforcer. He's like their buddy. He's the best.
it's kind of one of those things where Peter Mayhew was Chewbacca. And then beyond that, I couldn't name a single film that he was in or anything else. Like
I personally don't know.
those other three, at least successfully or not, did other things. He was kind of that man. He did Star Wars, and that was it. He didn't even speak on film, did he?
No. Well, they did the same thing with Vader. Like he would say stuff on set, but then he would obviously voice over it with the lion growls and stuff.
What?
I also know he was like always very, very active in the fan base and like with the 501st and always at all the cons and everything. So
What was the most recent thing that he did? Was he in 7 or was that the newer guy?
he was in parts of 7 where he wasn't actually like
Oh, he was sitting
running
down.
and stuff, and obviously was advising Jonas through the whole thing. And then I think on Last Jedi he was just like advising Jonas on what to do, which that's really fortunate for him that he got that like counsel from Peter Mayhew in that remaining time that he did have, and he's been absolutely killing it so far.
I agree. And it's cool because
The legacy lives on.
it works out so well because what's his name? Jonas? Because Jonas is so much younger, but now we're going back in time to a time where Chewbacca was younger. It makes it's just a smooth transition with Solo and all this. So it's cool. That's cool, man.
The thing that really got me was Peter was actually booked at a con that was happening this weekend. And after everything that was happening announced, they just had like a memorial at his like autograph table because, and I just saw a video of like an R2 just like sitting in front of it and looking up and like making sad beeps at it. And I got really sad. And then I saw a really good fan art of Chewie holding like a baby Kylo Ren, and that made me sad too.
Yeah. I hear you. I think, well, it was Harrison Ford that said something along the lines of he was a Wookiee in real life, just a large, lovable guy that was so kind.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I guess. Because wasn't there, he had the opportunity of playing Darth Vader, I think. And he turned it down because he wanted to be a good guy.
Really?
I think
I don't remember that story.
I think
You could have made that
I don't
up in
think
your
I'm
grief.
making that up because they gave him the option. They said, "You're huge in stature. Do you want to play Darth Vader or
You're huge in stature
like a statue
and in spirit.
and in spirit?" But yeah, I don't think I'm making that up. I think it was in a commentary, the actual commentary of Lucas George.
Speaking of, I want to watch those. I've seen whatever the special thing that came with the Blu-ray set a couple years ago, and I've seen the special stuff for Force Awakens and for Last Jedi, but I haven't watched like the actual like behind the scenes stuff of like the prequels in a very long time.
I've watched the prequels ones more recently, but the original trilogy, I'm not sure. See, I have that Blu-ray set that it has all 6 films from the first two sagas, and then it's got 3 additional Blu-rays of just either extra commentary, deleted scenes,
Yep.
or there's an entire one with parodies on it.
Yeah, all the fan film stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
So that's the one I got.
So I would like to watch some special features. But yes, thoughts and prayers with Peter's family. It's a very sad moment for the fandom, but
I didn't realize he was that old. Like I knew it, but wow.
what was he, 75?
Yeah, I think 75.
Shit.
Yeah, that's
I never know how to tackle actors passing on a podcast. 'Cause I'm like,
yeah. I mean,
I'm not
obviously,
just gonna sit here and cry, but I'm also very sad. But I'm also like, don't know what to
I
say.
mean, especially like a man of his size. This is gonna sound very bad, but I'm surprised he lasted that long. Because usually, guys, if you're that big,
Yeah.
you usually don't last that long. So I think he had a long life, and he was close to the fans, and he really appreciated the Star Wars franchise for what it was. It gave him a career that he had. There's a lot of appreciation for what he did.
Yeah.
So cheers to him. I wish we had a drink.
Cheers.
I'm trying to unlock a Lando system on Galaxy of Heroes. I'm trying to get Commander into it. He downloaded it. The rest of your life is over now. It's
Once
fun,
I get
man.
Commander Cody and I just have a whole troop of clones. Clones
Lando,
and one Jedi.
Lando has this special attack where it's basically like he presses this wrist thing and it attacks from the sky and attacks everybody. But if he gets critical hits, like more than 2, he automatically gets to attack again. So if it's against a group of like 6 people, he's just fucking pushing a button until everybody dies.
What is he is activating Lobot?
Yeah.
Lobot's up there with his bald
Yeah.
ass, just shooting people.
Yeah, and Lobot is a character you can unlock too. So
I see.
when you start jumbling some of those guys together, they get really strong. So and they have specific classes. So like Han Solo's a scoundrel, but he's also a rebel. So you can attach him with other scoundrels.
They
Or
have different generations of the characters too.
yeah, there's young Han, there's regular Han, and then there's smuggler Han, who is supposed to be like episode 7 Han.
Dope.
But yeah, so they all are different because like young Han isn't a rebel yet.
Right.
But yeah, so you link them up based on their designations, and they can get really strong very quickly. Yeah, it's a fun game because you start really piecing them together. It's a numbers game. Just sometimes you can double tap with certain attacks. Princess Leia has a chance to triple. Dude,
course
she
she
gets
does.
fucking crazy. Luke shoots like a sniper, one, and he does a fuck ton of damage, but that's it. Leia has a potential to like triple tap, and it just keeps adding up, and it's ridiculous. Well,
Welcome.
enough of that. You'll see it. It's
Welcome, Real Farm Boy. Yeah, no, I'm excited to play. I mean, it's cool, like casual, just fuck around game. It's not too serious. There's no like story mode or anything like that. So
Nope. You jump on,
Should be fun.
you attack some people, and then you're done.
if I could just unlock some of the clones, I'll be happy.
Those take a while, but they're definitely worth it.
Clones are the best thing ever created in Star Wars ever.
There's a lot of them.
I know.
Cloners!
They outnumber everybody, but pretty much. They could actually shoot, unlike the stormtroopers.
Is that true?
What?
You think there's more clones than droids?
Oh, well, I guess I didn't count droids as a character.
I mean, it's the droid army. Remember Attack of the Clones?
In the first episode, are you familiar? The first episode of Clone Wars, which I'm rewatching, Dooku says they outnumber the clones 10-1. So if there's 2 million clones, there's 20 million droids. But they cut through them like butter.
Oh, wow. Especially What are the special? Yoon's talking about Battlefront 2.
No, we were talking about Galaxy of Heroes. Earlier, we said that Battlefront 2, the servers are down, so we couldn't play. So we're not talking about it.
I didn't even try to link it up today.
I played a little bit of arcade because I've never done very well with the lightsaber heroes. So I set up an arcade with like 1,000 enemies, and I was just practicing with like Dooku and Anakin and stuff.
So you don't have the patience to play the block game.
Still not there.
Like you walk in and there's just people are blocking the whole time. I'm not about that. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, I don't get it. I must be missing some big thing in lightsaber combat in that game that I get wrecked every time.
It's a block game, man. It's all timing. It's all timing.
Yeah, but I feel like I can block and my stamina bar will be full, and they just come in and they just like slice me open.
Stop. Done.
Even though I am blocking. So I don't get it. I just stick to the blasters. So Lando is my main man, and on the light side, and then sometimes Chewie, and then on the dark side, Bosk or Phasma or Iden Versio.
Anakin easily on the light side. Oh yeah,
Love seeing some good Anakin versus Vader action on the battlefield.
Yeah, I actually do like. They should have Asajj. What are they doing?
I don't know. I was thinking about that because somebody on Twitter complained about this lack of skins, especially for the dark side. And I was like, it should be so easy to just make that customization. Like, put Boba in the holiday special colors.
Like, who gives a shit? Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It'd be fun. Yeah.
Phasma could have like the battle damage one where her helmet's cracked.
Dude, what if they had battle damaged Vader from the Clone Wars, where Ahsoka he was like
and
glaring
he's like
out,
smoking. That'd
Yeah.
be sweet. Yeah.
and his like lightsaber got thin, like it was Rebels style.
Do Palpatine with his robes from episode 3 right when he gets arrested or almost gets arrested. That'd be cool.
Oh,
I feel like it'd be really easy to just make those few, and I've never made a game in my life, so I'm sorry if that's incorrect, but I feel like it's not that hard to just make a new outfit for the character.
Yeah.
They're still going to operate the same way.
Yeah, it's simply a skin.
Yeah. And the skin, it's like such a small thing, but like Star Wars fans with how much diversity there is in the in the galaxy, that is a huge thing for me. Like seeing Anakin on Battlefront with his full black cloak and everything, amazing. Those small things make a huge difference. So if anyone from DICE is listening,
I agree. And a large like Grievous, for how stupid it is, the battle damaged Grievous is so sick nasty. I love it. It's so cool. Simply because he's smoking and like melting
and coughing. Yeah, they've really
as much as they fucked up, they continue to fuck up.
as the fuck was I gonna say?
Hopefully,
I'm having
words.
trouble getting my words out. Yeah, as many improvements as they have made since the Capital Supremacy update, there's still just so much missing from the game. So who knows if they're gonna turn things around or not? I cannot say.
They won't.
They won't.
No, we're in the past already. We're already beyond. We're looking at Jedi Fallen or what?
Yeah, but as far as a multiplayer shooter, they're going to keep Battlefront going for another year and a half. They're going to keep that going till holiday 2020. I mark
until
it.
Battlefront 3 comes out.
I might not even come out.
I wouldn't buy it.
Depends on who developed it.
This was DICE, wasn't it?
Yeah. I feel like they got handicapped by EA. I don't know. I don't know the true story. I'm just talking shit. I'm sorry.
Talk that shit.
I know the guys that work at the community section of DICE that are always like announcing the updates and trying to answer questions are very great people, huge Star Wars fans. They do amazing work, but I still feel it's lacking so much. What is that? That's awesome.
Tie-dyed Vader.
I like how it says Star Wars Dark Side, and it's the most colorful shirt I've ever seen in Star Wars.
Yeah, it's 90s Vader. He's all about that Pearl Jam and Eddie Vedder.
Darth Vader. I did bring a dope shirt that I got at Celebration, but I decided to keep my hoodie on instead because I'm kind of cold.
Eddie Darth Vader. I like it.
Veta. Give me the cheddar Veta.
You better feta.
No.
Did you just get a instant head
I
around?
got an aneurysm from your jokes.
My body shut down.
My body just completely shut down. Oh, man. That's funny. Rural Farm Boy, we're not drinking tonight. I'm sick, if you couldn't hear. I've just got some ginger ale and shit. You're not even drinking anything.
Yeah, American wet. America wet. Canada dry. America moist.
Russia saturated.
Russia saturation. Oh, man. Mopar with the color, baby. Yeah. trying to have it. Ooh, babe. All right, let's try to wrap up some of the celebration talk. We spoke about
It's going to be hard
Fallen
to wrap
Order.
it up if you haven't seen the Clone Wars footage, you freaking wangus.
So we're wrapped up with that.
I guess that's everything we need to talk about.
No, the last did we talk about Galaxy's Edge? That's going to be.
We didn't because I didn't go to the panel.
Well, I guess we were there when they were talking about it up on stage, though, at that main stage.
They were showing some goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, so the small things that I was excited about was the built-in storylines. I guess there's a lot of hidden stuff that basically you can go in and just enjoy the park. Or if you really want to sit there and like listen to the conversations that are happening, go into the cantina. Like, I have a feeling this is what's going to happen. You'll walk into the cantina part, and there's going to be an alien in the corner, and he's going to be talking about how good a drink is. And you'll be able to go across the fucking park and order that drink if you keep listening. Or, you know, they'll be mentioned some bounty, and if you find it, you can go somewhere, and there's going to be a
Get some
continuation.
free shit?
Yeah, well, there's like storylines built in, and they said something like there was several thousand built in there. So if you really start listening to the conversations, finding hidden gems,
That's awesome.
dude, that's exactly what
That's
people
really
need.
cool. Oh, man.
Immersive.
That's really cool. Yeah, that's one thing Star Wars has always done really well. That's one thing Disney parks have always done really well. So it's like, it's going to be to the max with both of them.
Except it's in Florida. That
Why?
sucks.
Why?
What's that?
Do you say except in Florida?
No, I said everything's great except it's in Florida
Oh.
because no one likes Florida. Even the Floridians don't like Florida.
It's a tourist city. It's like cheap to get to and cheap to stay at.
Orlandis?
Yeah. Orlangus. Remember we went there for Celebration 2017. We got flights for like $30 each way. It was amazing.
$30.
I'm serious.
Remember when he had that big woman sitting on your lap on the way there?
No.
You don't remember that?
What's happening?
Helgris.
God, what is happening?
Oh, I remember.
Not even hammering and we're off the rails.
There was rails?
No, I'm excited. So the California one opens at the end of May, and I think Shinobi in our chat actually lucked out and got ticks. I don't think anybody else in our group did. Somebody did. Somebody said they did.
Someone else.
Brian?
JD.
JD and Shinobes both got tickets to the Disneyland one. And I've said before, I do have a trip in Orlando in August. And if I extend it by like a week, it's a long fucking time to extend a trip, I can catch the opening of the Orlando park. And I'm seriously considering doing it.
I'm going to wait.
I'm torn because I feel like they're limiting capacity on purpose for like the opening stuff because they know it will be mobbed and will be insane. So I'm torn between like, I feel like they know how to manage a park pretty well. So I have to imagine it won't be terrible, but also Star Wars fans are insane people. So I'm torn on like waiting until it's been out. But if you're going to wait, like it's going to be at capacity for like 5 years. Actually, it's going to be at capacity forever.
Yeah, I'm not going to go ever.
I never want to experience things. I'm scared of crowds.
It's been a long time since I've been to Disney World in Orlando. I was like 95. Yeah, maybe 97, somewhere along there.
2004 for me. But still.
2004?
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, mine was...
We went when my little brother was like 3.
Mine was before Animal Kingdom was even built.
Mine was right after that. So yeah, we didn't really see the Galaxy's Edge panel or a lot of the info, but it does sound dope. I did see one thing on Twitter that the story group for episode 9 was developing a lot of shit alongside the story group for Galaxy's Edge. And we know that the planet that it's set on is supposed to be in episode 9. So there's going to be a lot of crossover shit. Like stuff and storylines that you hear around the park and what's going to be in Rise of Skywalker. So that's pretty cool.
Rise of Skywalker.
The Rise of Skywalker.
Travis Dunn and I were discussing the Rise of Skywalkers and the theory that the Jedi are ending and the Skywalkers are going to be the new Force users, the title.
That theory that I hate.
Yeah, and then I said, you know what? The dark side ones are going to be called Star Killers.
That'd be dope. I hate it still, but that'd be dope.
I love that part of it, but the rest of it, just like...
The rest of it wasn't happening. No, dude, I'm not. I'm sorry. I was actually listening to the last episode and cracking up because I've literally said, I hate this idea, but if they do it, I will love it because they'll do it right.
That means you like it.
Like the theory, no, it doesn't, because I think they're going to nail it because they're good at what they do. the theory as it stands now and me thinking about it, I really don't like them.
Getting
You're
rid of the Jedi?
You're a Skywalker apprentice. You're a Skywalker master. I just don't like it.
No, you're a Skywalker. You are a Force user. You're a Skywalker.
Yeah.
There doesn't have to be apprentices or anything anymore. The whole structure of the Jedi should be wiped. There should be. Everybody should be.
It already is wiped.
Oh, yeah. Memory banks.
So they had a panel for Clone Wars at Celebration as well. That was actually, from what I saw of all the panels, that was probably the best quote-unquote panel. They talked about a lot of details. They showed like 5 clips and the trailer all in that one thing. They had some of the voice actors out on stage. I feel like the other panels were kind of like, yeah, this is cool, but we're just waiting to see the trailer at the end. And unfortunately, the episode 1 panel was like, it was lackluster. It was
Really?
it was cool to see Ian McDiarmid and Ray Park together on stage, and they also had Anthony Daniels and Ahmed Best. But all things considered, yeah, I mean, it was just them talking about the movie up there. They showed a couple behind the scenes things, photos, set photos, things like that. But there wasn't much to walk away with other than, hey, this is dope. I saw this 20 years ago.
Is the only time we see Mace Windu with his lightsaber out? Oh, no, we see him in 2 with his lightsaber out at the end. I was just thinking
cuts
that,
off Django's head.
yeah.
Asshole.
I was just thinking Samuel L. Jackson. I feel like, without thinking about it, I feel like he had a really small role in Star Wars, but he's in 3 entire movies. He's in every single prequel.
Yeah.
Something to think about. No, I just, like, if someone asked me, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin, and Padme. That's what it's about. Jar Jar a little bit. But he's in all 3 movies. Sidious is in all 3.
So this is in everything.
Yeah, Sidious is in all of it.
3PO is the one that's been in everything.
I have a feeling that Sidious... It's... The laugh at the end of the trailer doesn't mean that he's going to be there. It doesn't even mean that he's going to be a holocron or anything. I feel like it's a plan or a plot that he put in place and or started that is,
Coming to fruition.
yeah.
No,
I don't think like Ray is that art that you shared yesterday with the
Oh yeah, I gotta show that
Kylo
too.
swiping up and she's swiping down. That was cool.
I'll pull it up. Yeah.
But there was something small I was showing Travis Dunn last night that. So look at the color schemes.
Yeah, I'll pull this up on the live stream for you folks. Give me 1 second.
So it says Star Wars Rise of Skywalker in the top right. You got Rey and Kylo. They're kind of standing on each other. We're like halfway through the poster or the art. It's split. So Kylo's on the bottom, upside down. She's on the top, kind of swiping down. He's swiping down as well, and they're kind of crossing right in the middle. But she looks like she's on a lava planet, and everything's red behind her.
Yeah, and it's like Kylo's in the reflection on the water.
Yeah, and Kylo's actually got like nice blue, like Jedi blue behind him.
Yeah.
So it's gonna, I feel like it's gonna, the focus is balance. It's right in the middle between light and dark. It's life. Life is balance. And you can even see there's no color where their lightsabers are crossing. It's just
White.
pure white.
Yeah.
Twin suns. That's what she's got up here. You got that? You're
Twin sons.
twin suns.
Let me see them.
Let me see. You got tits? You got tits? Show me.
Yeah, so this art book looks awesome.
Oh, that's what this is the cover for the art book?
The art of the Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, I thought this was like a poster. The art of like okay, so it's
No,
a
it's
cover
the cover
for a
of the
book.
book. Yeah, which they do these for every film and all that.
Kylo's mask is all scritten with
Yep.
the red.
Yep. So this, if you want to check this out, just go to StarWars.com, look at the news update. This is all from an announcement of all the upcoming publishing stuff.
Let's walk through these real quick.
It's really long. There's a lot of kid stuff in here, but like here's some good stuff.
Resistance Reborn got Pananikins.
And this is all
Poe.
Journey to Rise of Skywalker, which they've done every year since
Leia's on
since
it.
episode 7. This is cool. And now we're behind on a lot of the novels and stuff, but it's cool to see that we're going to have Rey, Finn, Leia, and Poe all in the same book. Like, and now we know from episode 8 they're all finally together, which we've been waiting for since we saw them on screen for the first time. So that looks dope. Force Collector. I don't know what that means. new comic run from Marvel,
It
Star
just
Wars
says top
Allegiance.
secret.
Yeah, a lot of this cover stuff isn't final yet.
Journey to. So that's another one. Journey to Rise of Skywalker.
All these are. Yeah, but I've been getting more and more balls deep in the comics, so I'm excited for that one.
How weird. It's called Allegiance because there's a book called Allegiance and it's terrible.
I remember you saying that. Kid stuff, kid stuff, kid stuff, kid
Avengers,
stuff.
Ultimate Vader.
New edition. Ultimate Vader. Ultimate Star Wars New Edition. Yeah, sticker books.
Sticker books.
Coloring books.
I was balls deep, and that's not saying a lot when I was 3, but I was balls deep into stickers. That was my shit. I had a sticker book and everything.
I still love stickers.
That was actually one of the things that I did when I was in Orlando, Disney. I got every sticker that I could find, and I put it in my sticker book. I forgot about that. I actually have a book signed by all of the characters at Disney. They like you could buy an autograph book back in the 90s.
Oh, yeah, like Mickey Mouse and shit.
Yeah, and they had pictures of all the characters, and you walked around and got their
I
signatures.
wonder if I have one of those.
Mm-hmm. I've got
Interesting.
mine somewhere. I've got mine lost and found.
I just collect stickers. I put them on my gear, so the back of my computer's covered with stickers, all my cases and everything. Adult nonfiction, Rise of Skywalker, Visual Dictionary. I'm excited for both of those.
I think they've done very, very well with the scroll up here, with the troopers.
That looks sweet.
Like the new troopers and the new suits, even when they revamped the stormtroopers for episode 7.
Oh, dude.
Everything looks so slick, but it makes sense. Even the mud helmets in Solo,
Yep.
it looks so cool. They've done very, very well with all the troopers and the armor.
So this looks like the Flame Trooper's helmet, but he's got an extra helmet on, and he's got some cloak, and it looks like Phasma's blaster.
It does look like Phasma's blaster.
That's interesting. Man, I can't wait for this shit.
He's got a satchel full of dragon's tongue. In Skyrim.
Crate Dragon Pearls.
Oh, is that a cartoon porno? Is that what happened?
Yeah. That's exactly what Star Wars is known for.
Raised blue milk.
Turn this off, everyone.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, it comes from. It's
I'm
got to
just
come from somewhere. You don't
picturing
know.
Luke sucking on her blue milk titties.
What if that's his daughter? That's gross.
We don't know that, and it would just fall in line with all the shenanigans.
All the farming shenanigans.
Whoa. That's across the line.
That crossed the line.
That crossed the line.
Oh, man.
What was the Star Wars game we were playing?
Oh, the Cards Against Humanity?
The Cards Against Humanity.
We're going to have to do a video on that because some of those really good.
The best one that we found was it was Blank and Chill, and I played Incest and Chill for Star Wars. Oh my god, it fits so well.
It's good, man. I don't know who made it. I think it's like some
Some off-brand.
thing. There's a lot of typos, but the cards are really fucking funny, man.
Yeah,
We're going to have to do a video on that shit.
we'll have to do a video on that shit.
Should we do a video about it? Where we play the game?
Give it to me. Take it. Let's get into Endgame. Let's get
Already? Is there no Star Wars stuff?
Dude, Star Wars sucks. Endgame is it
Get
right
out
now.
of here. Hang on. I am
Spoiler
I'm
alert.
balls deep in prequel mode, dude. I'm so happy about everything that's happening right now. Watching the Clone Wars, reading Queen Shadow, Dooku book, Master and Apprentice is up, reading those fucking comics, putting
Their
the pod
video
race
games
Lego
don't work.
together.
Video games don't work. The Legos aren't finished. No one gives a damn. I haven't seen a midriff in weeks. There's no point to any of this.
The Queen Shadow book is really fucking good, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Good. I want it to be good.
It brings a lot of
sunshine.
it makes Padme and her body doubles and all the handmaidens and everything make way more sense after you watch episode 1.
Just picturing like very sensual yoga time with their, because they all got to look exactly the same, and she's hot, so it's just like,
They all have that.
hey, Yumbara, you better get over here and do downward doggy because we gotta look like her. She looks a hot smoke show.
Well, that's why they have those giant dresses, so you never know.
We can't have clone doubles of her being chubby cheeks over
That's
here
why they have the dresses.
to cover it all up.
The giant fucking
We all look the same.
deluxe dresses that
This
are
is just-
actually bulletproof.
This one is just 3 Jawas standing on top of each other
She has like escape hatches in her dress.
trying to get a bank loan.
The Human Torch. All right, so I just wanted to declare one more time that I'm balls deep in prequel stuff. I'm really struggling to get through season 1 of Clone Wars, but I'll make it.
It does.
Pray for me.
It does feel like they are taking a step back. That they were going sequel trilogy really hard, which makes sense. They got to set that shit up.
Yeah.
And they were calling back to the original trilogy very hard with
Yeah.
the characters, but Yeah, it feels like they're just taking a step back and just going, look, we have not forgot about the prequels.
Yeah.
And they're just funneling all that shit to our
touching
faces.
on some areas like one at a time. So very thankful from all of us that were obsessed with Star Wars when Phantom Menace came out. We're very thankful that you guys are giving us all this prequels goodness.
Yes, thanks.
Okay.
Endgame.
All right. This is a very difficult time for nerds.
All right, Mopar.
I'm also balls deep in Avengers. I'm also balls deep in Thrones. There's so much.
We're skipping Thrones because we can't get to it.
No, we're gonna wait until like the season's about to be over. We'll recap everything at once. But we're definitely watching it. I'm excited to watch it tonight. There's so many things to be balls deep in. It's difficult.
I still haven't seen Shazam. I've heard nothing but good things. I gotta get.
I haven't seen that.
That's
either.
one of those where I'm okay if I don't see it in theaters. It's probably not even in theaters anymore. But punching mics over here.
Yeah.
What's that spiked with? Ginger.
NyQuil, bitch.
Who's Ginger?
My confidant.
Confidant. Where's she from? Up down the way?
Talk about Avengers, please.
Commander Endgame. Oh man, you drinking lemon water? That shit's nasty. That'll clear everything up. Why
I
you
thought
drink-
it was like carbonated, like
No, it's lemon water. Dasani, you better get ready.
fuck.
It's bad.
All right, never mind.
I accidentally got a raspberry one. Oh
I thought it was gonna be sparkling.
no.
Gross. All right,
Endgame.
dude.
All right, so I don't think I teared up more in a movie than Endgame. Right off the bat, it hits you right between the legs with Hawkeye and his family
Yeah,
just playing ball, and then he turns around and they're gone, and you're like,
they're dusted.
you're not even a part of this anymore. Now you have to be because your fucking family's gone.
I know.
That's like, oh, why? We started off that way, like that, because we knew from the trailer that it was going to be kind of hard, sad with the Iron Man floating through with Nebula.
Yeah,
We knew that was going to be at the beginning, but they started off even heavier with a family disappearing, and you're like, God,
that was heavy.
damn.
I like the way they started off this and Infinity War. Like Infinity War starts with the Marvel sequence, but no music at all. It's just starting on a somber note, and it has the distress call from the Asgard ship and everything. They're just telling you from day one, like, this is not going to go the way you think. See what I did? Crossover? All right, keep going.
I don't remember the rest of the movie. I blacked out.
Black Dot, I cried so hard about Hawkeye's family. I just passed out in the theater.
Next 2 hours, I was wiping tears from my eyeballs.
So yeah, Tony's on the ship. He's leaving messages for Pepper Potts, and then
I think it's.
Captain Marvel rolls up and rescues his bitch
Oh,
ass.
yeah. She's still a big question mark for me. Like, I like her. She's badass.
What are your
She's like,
thoughts about her in Endgame, though? Because this is kind of like split 50-50.
She's just that Superman. She's the
She can do
Marvel
whatever.
Superman. She can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah.
Like, what's her weakness? Name one thing. The haircut scissors? Like, what the...
No, that made her twice as
Twice
hot,
as strong.
if not more.
Oh, no. I thought it was
Oh,
way
no,
bad.
I love
I'm
the
with
short hair.
Kerner. She looked like Ellen Mopar. I didn't like it.
Ellen Mopar. No, I
Yeah.
like the haircut. Anyways, but just her being in the movie for like 15 minutes.
It was weird because, yeah, they
heard
set
people-
it up. They set up like she's next. She was at the beginning. She's all powerful. And then they kind of like brushed her off like there's more than just Earth to protect. I'm like, all of living things across everything has been cut in half, 50%.
Yeah.
Why are you worried about everything else? Everything's happening on Earth.
Well,
And
she's
she like
going-
flies off.
Well, because they don't have the Avengers on the other planets. So think about if they lose half of everything on that planet, they're going to be completely distraught. They have nobody to look to. So she's going around trying to fix shit. She's being National Guard for
You know how you
everybody.
fix shit is be on Earth.
She
and-
doesn't. Man, come on, man. She doesn't know that much. She's not a time travel wizard. She's just a really strong Superman girl person.
Superwoman. Wait, she's
Super whammon.
she's on the. Yeah, she's the other one. DC.
I do want an explanation, and I'm like story wise, I'm not disappointed with the movie at all. I just do want like a power level explanation of some of the heroes, because sometimes I don't get like Thanos is kicking people's ass before he even has the gauntlet on. So like, how strong is he versus Iron Man, who's just a dude in a suit? Captain Marvel, she seems like Superman. It'd be nice to see like everybody's quote unquote levels of power. It's over 9,000 or not.
I think the power levels, it's almost like they don't matter.
No, they don't.
Well, and I don't mean that in a sense that
Story-wise, they don't matter whatsoever.
like Hawkeye shouldn't be fighting in a war with superheroes, but at the same time, he can still play a role. So I'm happy with it. Like
He played a big role in this one.
Well, yeah, he did.
He's pissed. All right, we're off track. Let's go back to the beginning and kind of flow through the
All right,
the
so I was
filmage.
crying.
You were crying, and then I was crying. So Iron Man gets rescued, and he's distraught, and he's pissed.
Oh, he's like,
And he tells Cap to fuck off, basically. You weren't there when I needed you, blah, blah,
oh
blah.
yeah, he was hangry as fuck. He needed a burrito real quick. He was like, I haven't
did.
eaten beans in weeks. I gotta. Where's the cheese?
Need that fiber for my suit.
Where's the cheese? Someone signed it up.
I was honestly surprised when he got back to HQ and he was pissed. I thought he would be like trying to rally the troops. Let's do this. But he was furious at Cap.
Why?
Because Cap was gone and Iron Man needed his help to kill Thanos. Because Iron Man, I guess, didn't know that Captain showed back up, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he was gone at the beginning of Infinity War.
Oh yeah, because Cap was back.
He was
yeah.
doing off the grid shit with the Falcon and everybody else. Falcon and Black Widow.
Black Widow. You want to just walk through the characters here because
Go for it.
they the movie was long.
Didn't feel long.
Oh, I thought it felt long, but for a good reason. They had so much to wrap up. They built all these characters up, and they had to. If you don't close it out now, well, here we go.
Well, they didn't have to close everything out, luckily. You know, it's ending basically like Iron Man and Cap's story, but a lot of those people are still going to continue on into phase, what are we in now, phase 5 or something? Because Spider-Man comes out like next month.
Which one?
The new Spider-Man. Far From Home.
Far from. Oh, we're skipping Spider-Man Prom.
What? Oh, Homecoming then prom? Everybody got dusted. There was no prom.
Dusted.
Prom's canceled.
Prom's canceled.
Snapping.
We told you kids not to drink. Canceled prom on your ass. Smoking a doobie.
You see what happens when you drink underage? Thanos comes to the town and snaps you all away.
He snapped away all the chaperones. We can't do it anymore. We can't hold it. That's awesome. Let's walk through it. Thor. Cringy, weird. I get it.
You
don't
didn't?
know.
Oh, you didn't like it?
No, I
I
thought
thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was so bad.
Really?
Yeah. Oh God. I was like, just get him off the screen.
I thought it was hilarious.
It was like a good try. Like he should have just been a little out of shape and like unshaven, like just scrungily and drunk. But they made him look straight up like the Santa Claus.
Made him look like Big Lebowski. I thought it was
No, it was
funny.
worse than that. They made him look like the Santa Claus.
All right, what I will say is that I wish by the time he got his axe and his suit back that he was back in like Thor shape. But I thought it was hilarious and I thought it was perfectly fitting that he was, after everything,
It was just too much for me.
just depressed and like playing video games with Korg and Meek. And I love Korg. He's one of my favorite little cameo characters in Marvel.
Shinobi wants to fight me. I'm down with that.
What about
I don't know. Thor's gut or
Just about
something.
everything.
He's fighting for it.
I thought it was funny.
The gut. I'm for it. Yeah, I thought he was a little too much. Captain Marvel was cool, but all over the place and not all over the place at the same time. Weird. The smaller heroes, the Hawkeyes, the Black Widows, played major roles, which was cool.
Yeah. The Hawkeye thing was like Hawkeye and Scott conveniently were both gone from Infinity War and now played like the two biggest roles in this one besides like Iron Man.
Hulk played a decently large role because Iron Man was in such bad.
Professor Hulk
For,
is like one of my favorite things in Marvel.
they did a really good job with that.
I heard
and he was
people-
funny.
he
Like
was
the Thor,
hilarious.
the Thor stuff for me was like, get him off the screen. Everything that Hulk said, I was like, this is perfect. Even when they took it a little too far, when they were trying to do selfies, I was like, this is actually still really good. Because
Yeah.
first of all, it's Paul Rudd. Like, come on now.
No, I'm talking about the Hulk.
Yeah, but Paul Rudd was in that scene.
Oh, when he was trying to get a selfie
Yes.
too. I see what you're saying.
Oh, you guys want Ant-Man selfie? No, not
Who's
really.
Ant-Man? No. Because I had heard people theorize about Professor Hulk before the movie came out, and not having read the comics, I didn't know what that meant, and that sounded dumb. Then I saw him on screen, and I was like, 1,000% perfect.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen that in comics that I had when I was a kid. So I kind of knew that was coming at some point. Whether they were going to do it in this movie or the next movie or whatever, if they're going to do another Hulk movie. But it's a cool idea where he was always fighting, do I want to be Professor or do I want to be the Hulk? And he just kind of let it go, and all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah.
I'm both, bitch.
Especially after Infinity War, he couldn't transform at all after Thanos beat his ass. So now he's just always Hulk. I love it.
Yeah.
What else we got? So we got Iron Man.
That's it. Cap was cool. I feel like finally Cap did a 180 and was kind of more down to earth, and he knew he had to leave everything, his baggage at the door. He finally just did what needed to be done, which that's my whole issue with Cap the whole time. He was always, we gotta do the right thing. Well, while you're fucking around over there doing the right thing, everybody's dying.
Literally 50% of people died.
Yeah, oh yeah. I was like, I can't fight because it's not my... No. Take your American butthole and go over there. I hate... But I do feel like they finally capped it off.
Ooh, I see. Yes. Yes, I did. In Infinity War and in this movie, I really, really, really enjoyed Cap, and I've never have the whole Marvel series for the reasons that you laid out. I mean, he's not a bad hero. He's written well, and this is the culmination of the past, 11 years of movies. I just never liked him as a character because I really don't connect with that very much. But he was perfect in both of these movies, and he really fucking sold. He stole the show in Endgame and really capped off this whole sequence of movies. It was a very satisfying ending for Mr. Captain America Rogers.
I think, grand scheme of things, like obviously Cap was a character made in like the 40s or some shit, and very limited, but they expanded the character out to meet more
what?
More updated. What you call it? He fit nowadays. What am I trying to say?
I don't know.
There's words there that I can't have it. What are you doing over there, Mr. Mintman? Give me one. I want to have it. Give it to me. Have it. Take it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. Yeah. So Cap was awesome. Iron Man
Was awesome.
Okay, so the whole Iron Man thing was kind of questionable too. Well, not questionable, but there was a lot of juice with the Iron Man.
I was gonna put my
He
vote on
had
that.
a fucking child with Pepper Potts, and he was fine with that. But I was trying to think, like, if they save and they go back, does his child not exist anymore?
We'll get into the time travel stuff in a little bit. Yeah, so basically, they do the whole opening sequence. They're like, where's Thanos? Oh, there's an energy signature on this planet. Let's go.
Kill him.
They fucking chop his head off in like 5 minutes. And then we go forward in time 5 years. Everybody's still dead. They had no way to undo it because Thanos destroyed the gauntlet after he got to his farm. So we go 5 years. And Iron Man, yeah, he has a kid. He's happy. He doesn't want any part of any of it. What do you think?
He
Just about
finally had-
Iron Man's like scenario in general.
No, he finally had to sacrifice something. I feel like that was the one thing Iron Man never had to give anything up. He never had any skin in the game. He
did. Yeah, he did. He had the whole conflict of himself, like trying to keep Pepper safe and like be happy, just a normal dude with her, and he has this obligation to like go save the world.
But it all worked. There was no skin in the game. I felt like
he died. Didn't work.
Who died?
Iron Man.
Spoiler. Yeah, I know.
The whole thing's a spoiler. We're talking about Endgame.
No. I'm talking like Cap and had skin in the game because Bucky was a fucking murderous rampage.
Yeah.
And
the game.
and he lost the love of his life. He couldn't go back. I mean, Cap had more skin in the game. Iron Man just had a hot wife that was like sometimes in danger.
I disagree.
But finally, in this one, he actually had to like potentially give up his family to save everybody else's family.
I agree with that. Like the stakes are even higher in this one because he has the daughter. But it's not like he's been just happy-go-lucky Iron Man the whole time.
No, and I know that, but he's always conflicted with his coworkers, not like personal. I guess his parents died in a car crash because of Bucky.
Also, Infinity War opens up with him and Pepper talking in the park, and then he has to go, and then he's going into space, and like she tries to call him, and he's like heartbroken because she wants him to just be a normal fucking dude, and now he's traveling into outer space to fight Thanos. Like it's been going on for.
That's true.
Since Iron Man Uno. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah. Well, who else was in it? So Thor.
Who else was in it?
No, but Thor, like I feel bad saying it, but like The Guardians of the Galaxy stuff was like, okay, it was there.
There's only 2 of them left.
Rocket,
And
Nebula.
Nebula.
Yeah.
That's it.
The whole Nebula thing with the time travel was kind of confusing.
All the time travel stuff was a little confusing.
That was the one that, like, everything else I'm okay with. I can, like, legitimize it. That was the one where, so are you saying Nebula went back in time and killed her younger self, but she's still around?
No, her younger self came forward in time, and the current Nebula killed the past Nebula that had traveled forward in time.
No, she killed her past Nebula, her past self.
Yeah, but she killed her past self after her past self time traveled up to 2023. Because remember, Thanos finds all that out, and then she hijacks their little quantum platform, and then they all come 5 years forward to 2023. And the good Nebula kills her then.
Oh, yeah.
It's really fucked.
So there's technically two Nebulas that time traveled. One went back, one went forward. Well, one went back and forward, and then the past one went forward to meet up.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch.
So before we do the time travel stuff, though, we left out Ant-Man, who, after the 5 years is up, comes back from the quantum realm in the van, wakes up, and he's only been in there for 5 hours, he says. So he comes out of the van, which was with Doc and his wife and his girlfriend, whatever the hell. I forget the names. Hank Pym and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle who?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
That's not her name.
You never saw Ant-Man and the Wasp, did you?
I turned it off. I got halfway through.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the deleted scene, he goes into the quantum realm in that van contraption, and like a couple minutes after he goes in, it shows them melting away into ash because the snap happened like right when he went into the thing. So that's why he's safe. Comes back out. The whole world's an apocalypse, blah, blah, blah. But he had a huge role to play because he knew that time travel stuff because he was only in the van for like 5 hours, and he comes back and it's 5 years later.
Yeah, but,
And then he goes back to HQ and he's like, y'all, this is fucked up, but maybe it'll work. And that's where we start getting into the time travel mysteries.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there was any way to do Endgame without time travel. Like, you had to go back to bring people.
Yeah, I think everybody was anticipating some sort of quantum realm time travel stuff.
So I guess maybe I just missed it. Thanos comes forward in time to a time where he had already deleted 50% of the people.
Yeah.
He already won, but he came back to win. Or he went forward to win, but he had already deleted 50% of the people. The weird thing is, by doing that, you automatically erase the original timeline of him deleting 50% of the people. So almost he'd have to click his fingers again in the new future for it to happen again.
See, that's where I was trying not to think too hard about this, but I'm a nerd, so I'm going to. I think Hawk has a line that kind of explains away all that stuff. Because I think if you time travel, it doesn't necessarily erase what yourself would do if you hadn't time traveled. If that makes sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
Like, you're going to this point in time, boom, and if you time travel somewhere else, you will stay in that first dimension or reality or timeline, and you will still do all the stuff that you would do.
That doesn't make any sense. I know the scene you're talking about when he's talking to the one.
Yeah, the ancient one. That was fucking sweet too. Nice
and
cameo.
how they physically put it on. But like, if you leave a timeline, you're no longer there.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know.
In this, because Avengers is going to have different timeline rules.
No, it is true, because even when we saw them go back in time, the Avengers themselves, they're not still there. They left and then came back. You're not still there. When they were doing their own time travel stuff with the iWatches, Apple Watch, wristwatch.
Yeah.
Because they left that timeline.
Right.
And then came back. And then
yeah, but that
Black
was their
Widow.
future selves that were bouncing around to different spots. Cap and
it's-
Tony in the past were still going along the same timeline.
I know, but they were no longer at the timeline that they left.
Because if you think, if Thanos had jumped ahead to 2018 at Wakanda, he would have seen himself like do the snap. Like, the fact that he time travels forward doesn't erase what the past him was going to do. It's all fucked. None of it makes sense. It's time travel. Time travel just doesn't make sense.
I'm not trying to nitpick it because we have no clue. There's no set parameters for it, so who gives a shit? But
I mean, it's just fun to think about, though.
yeah.
It hurts my brain, but it's fun. See?
Now, the other one...
Jammy's over here pissed
He's always pissed because he shows up.
He is always pissed. I'm here, but I hate everything you're talking about.
Have a good day. The other major point where I started tearing up again,
Man, he's really pissed.
was when Cap grabbed Thor's hammer and was whooping Thanos. with
Dude,
it.
that was amazing.
They come flying through the air
Such a payoff.
like a spider monkey.
That was fucking sweet.
Oh, and he was just whooping him.
That little tiny scene in Age of Ultron.
Where he moves it just
Yeah, just squeaks it, and now he just calls it to himself and picks it up. That was so fucking sweet.
Well, you know, the other one that I completely forgot about, because I ended up going on YouTube and kind of doing rehashes of what happened in the Avengers movies and all that.
Yeah.
Gem City, what was the yellow
Vision.
He literally picks it up and hands it to Thor.
Yeah,
I was like, damn it, why aren't you around still?
I know.
Wait, why wasn't he around?
Because he wasn't killed by the snap. He was killed by Thanos beforehand.
Yeah, but they
Thanos crushed his skull. They went back in time to Avengers 1. He wasn't created yet. Are you asking why he didn't come back after?
I was just kind of trying to piece that together.
Yeah, so he was actually killed before the snap. So him and Gamora couldn't have come back. When they fixed everything, he was gone anyways. That's why Scarlet Witch came back when they all time traveled back to HQ for that big fight. That's why she was so fucking pissed, because she remembered everything that happened. But Vision died before the snap, so he wasn't coming back anyways. Mm-hmm. And then she starts whipping Thanos' ass.
Scarlet Witch is another one of those. She's cool.
She's really cool.
But she's just a girl. Like, that's so cool because she has this crazy power, but she is like easily killable if you just catch her off guard.
Yeah,
But
like she
doesn't
doesn't have super strength or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Captain Marvel is just, I am the sun energy in a hot body. Like, I don't know where it ends.
Like she basically has the power of the Space Stone infused into her, right? From that engine.
I guess.
I think that's it. She's basically like part Tesseract.
But does she, like, that's armor, I guess. You can shoot her and she doesn't die, and then she can fly because of it, and then
I don't know what it does. It probably changes her whole
She
DNA
catches fire.
and everything. She can fly. She can survive in space.
I'm
all that
okay with
stuff.
it. I'm okay with it. I'm not happy with it. I'm okay with it. Where was Katniss Everdeen? We needed her smoking around.
I don't know what to say, Jamie. I mean, I feel like there wasn't any... Endgame wasn't not going to have time travel in it. That's the only way to have a happy ending after the Thanos shit from Infinity War.
Unless you really wanted just the remaining Avengers to defeat Thanos, which would you have been happy if no one came back and the whole thing was them chasing down fucking summer vacation Thanos?
Which they did in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. I don't know. I would have been pissed off if that was the whole movie where they were just chasing him down.
I guess just from a movie making perspective, we already knew that they were going to come back somehow, because all the people that died, all the heroes that died, are the ones that we just saw. Like Black Panther had just joined the group.
Yeah.
Spider-Man had just joined the group. Like those people were definitely going to come back.
Ant-Man.
But I mean, I think all things considered, like, yeah, time travel is still finicky, and it's not supposed to make sense because it's not. I don't know. I just don't think it will ever make sense. But I think they handled it really well for a time travel movie. I feel like they handled it really well, and also made fun of themselves doing time travel while they were doing it, which was kind of fun.
This did feel like one of the more comic booky movies. Like, but they had to go there. Like, the whole time travel thing just feels so very comic book. Like, that's where that should live.
Yeah.
And to put it on screen, I think was necessary because of this, the story that was set up. But
Yeah. Well, they've been able to get more and more supernatural with things as the Marvel Cinematic Universe grows, because you start with Iron Man, and he's just a rich genius that built the suit. That's very physical and stuff that you're familiar with. As they bring movies out, you couldn't start the MCU with Doctor Strange. That's not going to fly. You couldn't start it with Guardians of the Galaxy. As they've been growing the MCU, they've been able to do more comic book style stuff with it. And I think culminating in Endgame, I think they did it well. I think it's not the best movie ever made, but it's the best possible way to end this first part of the MCU for sure.
I didn't think it was perfect, but it was epic. It was epic as fuck.
Very epic.
I mean, they capped off. I mean, Cap. They made me like Cap, which was impossible. So it was like finally they did something.
Even through Civil War, it was impossible.
They also
Yeah.
ended an entire timeline by killing off Tony, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yep.
Now, the one thing that I was somewhat confused about was during the battle when all those portals started opening. I was like, well, that character's dead. How did he bring portals? Doctor Strange. I was so confused. Like, he's dead. How is he opening portals right now?
Because Hawk snapped and brought everybody back. So as soon as Hawk snapped, everybody came back to life. Doctor Strange is still on Titan with the Guardians and Spider-Man. And as soon as he wakes up, he had already looked at all the timelines, so he knows what's going to happen. So as soon as he wakes up, he calls Wong and gets all the fucking sorcerers to open the portals, and he gets everybody from Wakanda and from Titan over to HQ for the big old fight.
Dude, when Tony grabbed the gauntlet, put it on, and like assimilated his suit, I was like, I don't know if I can get any more hard, but this is it.
When Cap is standing there and he hears that faint signal from Sam, who was dead, and then you see Doctor Strange's portal open, that's when I got like the biggest chills of the whole movie. And then all of them open, and then fucking Black Panther walks out, and they all start chanting. Dude, it was so sweet. So when Iron Man gets all the stones, Thanos kind of has them, right? Is he like just sneakily like grabbing the stones off of his gauntlet while he's being choked? Is that what happens?
I think like during the battle, he had his like hands around Thanos, like trying to like pull it off. I think he was pretending to try to pull it off, but as he was doing that, he was like,
grabbing the stones.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then he gets knocked away and he comes up and he's like, "Oh, I got all 6 of them. We're good."
That's right. I'm sorry. He didn't actually take the gauntlet. He just took the stones and put
Onto
them
his
on.
own
Yeah.
gauntlet. Yeah. Which
That's
I
so
thought that
cool.
was cool. Iron Man made his own gauntlet for the stones. That was dope.
Yeah, this movie made me like Cap because he finally.
They had to make you like Cap. His contract was up. Not really.
I mean, that's kind of true. They had to cap his story.
No,
off
but
it.
people that liked Cap still liked him already. We're just not like goody two shoe guys.
Yeah.
Fans. You know what I mean?
Do what must be done. I'm tired of these morals
Do not
being.
hesitate. Show no mercy.
You show a little bit, but
Yeah, Cap with Mjolnir was the hypest thing I've ever seen, says Jamie. Yes, I agree.
it was the other cool thing. I love Spider-Man
So much.
doing everything.
I know, he's great.
Especially what was the murder mode? He like engaged it, and it was just like
instant
stabbing
kill.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, it was so because they tease that in the Homecoming because he's fucking around with that suit.
Yeah.
And they're like, activate instant kill. He's like, what? No, I couldn't get that word out. That's what my voice is doing today.
Good day, Galaxy. Good day, everybody.
It's like we're missing something. This is a 3-hour movie. We haven't talked about everything. What are we missing? All the time travel scenes.
There's a lot of time. Well, yeah. So like when the actual Avengers go back into their own certain timelines, Cap fighting Cap. That was kind of cool.
Hail Hydra was fucking hype.
Hell yeah,
That was amazing.
yeah, that was cool. Tony fucking up and Loki. Wait, whoa. That fucks up the timeline too because Loki gets away. Oh no, because then they went back even further
Yes.
and they basically said, "Look, if we don't get it done, we're fucked."
That is part of what I don't understand, though. Like, if they take it from the base in 1970 and then it's gone, how did they experiment on it and make Avengers 1 even happen? You know what I mean?
Well, I'm trying to think. When did they take Theon Greyjoy's stone?
When did they take it? What do you mean?
The intelligence stone or the yellow one or whatever.
Oh, the Mind Stone.
Mind Stone.
I feel like that was one of the ones that was in New York, right? I can't remember.
Was that but that was before Vision.
Yes.
So by taking the time stone, Vision doesn't exist anymore.
That's what I don't understand, but there's some rule where when they remove it from the past, it starts like a splintered timeline and it doesn't undo it.
No, they capped it all off because they brought the stones back. Remember? They talked about that. And that's what the one said.
Oh, yeah, duh.
So even them taking it, they had to, at the end, after they fixed everything, they had to return the stones.
But wouldn't
So-
the single act of them taking it fuck it up?
No, because technically you're gone for a second.
I remember.
You take it and then show back up and say, here.
Yeah.
When you have time travel, you can return it whenever the fuck you want.
That's right. Because I know Hawk and the Ancient One have that conversation. I've only seen it once, so I can't remember. I got to go see it like 5 more times. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, so Black Widow had to sacrifice herself for the Soul Stone. I was sad about that.
Yeah. Kill Hawkeye off, Jesus.
Hawkeye's important though.
He
does because he has the family aspect to it, which makes just the same reason Tony is like willing to sacrifice things to keep people safe. I feel like Hawkeye feels that same thing, except for when he has that little stint as Ronin murdering everybody. That was fucking sweet. How about his haircut?
It was just as bad as Captain Marvel's.
I think it was the same haircut. I went to the same barber.
Same, yeah. Mug and brush down in
Same
Gehenna.
same tattoo artist too. Oh man. Yeah, I was sad that Black Widow is dead, but
I was happy. Well, like overall, you were happy with the movie, I'm assuming.
I was very happy with it. Like I said a couple minutes ago, it was by no means the best movie ever made, but as far as the finale to this first half of Marvel, I think it was perfect in that sense. That's my thoughts about it.
I don't know. Bucky, they should have killed him off. They should just sacrifice him. Fuck him.
I've been sick of Bucky since he was on screen the first time. Seriously. If I hate anybody more than Cap, it's Bucky.
Well, okay, so like the rounding the whole movie off, Iron Man dies. Awesome, because he was like the first original Marvel MCU character.
Yep.
Then with Cap going back in time and not going forward and coming back, so badass.
He just went back to live his life with Peggy.
Yeah. Which is crazy because he lived an entire life.
All right, so now here's the other time travel question.
He lived an entire life, went back, and just like didn't become Cap.
He lived a half-life, time traveled because he was frozen in ice, lived a half-life there, and then came back and lived a full life.
Well, you have time
He's
travel.
like 300 years old.
Yeah.
If you think about it, all the life that he's lived.
That's like Wolverine.
So when he goes back, he's Steve Rogers, and let's say he falls in love with Peggy, they have their dance, whatever. Is he, like 40 years down the line, is he seen his other self get woken up from the ice as Captain America, and he becomes an Avenger, and he's just watching all the Avenger stuff take place, and obviously can't participate because he knows if he does, he'll fuck up the timeline, and he just has to wait, and then he meets them at HQ when Thanos is 2023 or whatever.
It was Cap going back in time was a part of a completely separate timeline. So he had to go back. I don't know. It works because you can never go back to the same exact timeline, because if you go back, then you fuck it up. So I feel like it's weird. It's like impossible, because as soon as you go back, things change immediately.
Well, that's where I'm wondering.
You know, the dragonfly effect.
Yes, seahorse effect. But does it create a new timeline, or is it he just affecting the same timeline?
It's almost like he's
Because think
going
about
back.
it. He lived everything already. So he knows what he did, and he's not obviously not going to go see himself.
He already did that in one timeline. Then he goes back and starts a new one where he doesn't.
That's where I don't know if I agree. I think I like the idea that he sees Captain America, and he's just Steve Rogers, some World War II vet, and he just wants to live with Peggy and be chill. You know what I mean?
Which is weird because
otherwise he wouldn't know how. He would have no way to get back.
Yeah, he even old, like he's assuming everything's gonna work back out to where he can meet back up with Hawk or the Fly Falcon.
Fly Falcon. Yes. Yeah.
Now we got a new Cap. We didn't even talk about that. Falcon's Cap now.
Sam is fat.
Captain Punch.
Captain. We just went like so many different universes. Captain Falcon, America Punch, Sam.
Captain Cap.
So, what do you think about
That's
him
the
giving the
greatest thing that's ever
shield to Sam? Because Sam
It
doesn't
leaves
have
it
any superpowers.
Thank God.
I think it's a symbolic thing. Like Sam's a good guy, and obviously he's the right one to be the symbol of things, but he doesn't have any powers.
I mean, what kind of drugs does he have to take to get the power?
I was gonna say, like, Tony's gone. Somebody needs to invent some super soldier serum and jack him up.
Yeah.
Because Winter Soldier couldn't do it because he's a 100-year-old murderer.
Oh, so sorry.
What?
Shinobi talks about Hawkeye murdered people because they were bad, and he felt like it wasn't fair because they survived and the good people didn't.
Right.
So he was running around just murdering bad people. That's cool.
He was being his own little Avenger.
I was so confused when they showed that without showing his face. I was like, who is this like samurai warrior running around just killing people for no reason?
Yeah. Yeah, there's one line about it, but yeah, he's basically just
I legitimately
pissed that his family's dead, and like part of the people that survived ended up being terrible, and they were just exploiting the world that was like half destroyed for themselves. So he went and fucked them
that's
up.
so true. Nebula should have just put some fucking a password on her Wi-Fi.
I don't think she can.
It's impossible.
I mean, Thanos is the one that installed the shit into her in the first place, right? I don't think she has any control over that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He probably did it to keep her under control.
Finger snap to 2012. Remember that, baby?
Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on this chat. There's a fucking showdown happening right here.
It's all right. Let them battle it out.
No, it's cool. I just want to see if they have any good points.
No, they don't.
Probably not.
I wouldn't.
It's a chat on a YouTube video. What am I thinking? Good, valid points, please.
They're not saying anything good.
What do you think about Ant-Man in general? He had a larger role in this one.
Not a big Ant-Man fan.
I know.
So,
But this movie didn't change your opinion of him?
I'm a small Ant-Man fan.
I'm a miniature Ant-Man fan.
Subatomic Ant-Man fan. No, it didn't. He's just like there. He's like it's weird because he has a large role, but like he like is an accidental superhero. It's not even his. It's not even his power. Like he took over. Frank.
It's not a power in the first place. Hank Pym.
Like it wasn't his technology. It wasn't his suit. He like stole it. I don't know. It just whatever. I'm not a huge fan of Ant-Man. I was a bigger fan of Cap than Ant-Man. When first of all, when Ant-Man the movie came out, I had zero interest in seeing it. After seeing it, I was like, oh, okay, there's actually a decent story behind it, but I still don't really care about Ant-Man. And then I saw halfway through the second one, I was like, nah, you lost me again.
I see what you mean.
Joe Rogan's here.
Hi, Joe. Hi. I would say, I think they did a good job of giving Hawkeye and Ant-Man a place in the story when they don't have superpowers. Like Hawkeye, he had that family connection. There was a role for him to play amongst all these like demigods that are just murdering each other. And obviously Scott, having been stuck in the van, he has at least the first part of the time travel shit down. Mm-hmm. So he has a role to play there. And he also has that family connection too. I thought it was crazy that his daughter was 5 years older and still alive. But he was gone for 5 hours. He comes back and now his daughter's like a teenager.
Yeah.
But I thought they did a good job at like giving those people their role to play because obviously Hawkeye's not going to run up and like fight Thanos hand to hand. So it was good.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh man, I don't know. I'm done with Endgame. Done with it. I'm happy it happened, man. Did you? Okay, let me ask you. Endgame or the other one?
Don't do it. As far as what?
Better favorite.
Better film?
Better favorite.
I think I need to see Endgame a couple more times, but I think as it stands right now, Infinity War, better. It's a better movie.
Absolutely. It was more open-ended. Like, there's so much that could happen. Endgame, I felt like it has to end here.
I mean, would you say Empire or Return of the Jedi? It's kind of... Empire ends a similar way. Like with the cliffhanger, the rebels are fucked. Darth Vader's your dad.
Yeah.
Your arm's gone.
Yeah, I mean, the bad guy wins.
Frozen.
The bad guy wins.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think this one's more epic. It's more fan service. It's more of a treat. But I think Infinity War is a better movie for sure. That's what I would say.
Oh, we got...
Can I block these people?
Yeah. Try it.
Block. Cool. I think if anybody rewatches this on YouTube, good luck trying to read these comments without pausing it because I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Dear God. Yeah, block that Corey Coleman.
I'm trying to. Boom. There we go. Done. I snapped them away. I'm Thanos.
Commander Thanos over here. You had all the power in the world, and instead of getting rid of your sickness, you punched the...
Instead of healing myself, I got rid of trolls on the internet.
That's
what I would do. If I had the Infinity Gauntlet, I would turn all the trolls to ashes.
Would turn them on each other.
So we keep diverging. We didn't talk about when they actually went back in time with themselves. I thought the scene with Tony and his dad back in the 70s was really
That's cool.
That was really cool to see.
Well, and that was the risky one where they didn't have enough juice. Like, that was their last shot.
Yeah.
So that was cool. What was the other ones?
Some heartfelt-
the soul stone or
with his daddy.
whatchamacallit got away.
What? She got away? No, she died.
Yeah.
Black Widow. She died.
But they
I'm
can bring
sad
her
about
back.
that. Huh?
Wait a second.
No, they can't bring her back.
The soul stone they don't have to give back. Wait a second.
Wait, do they just go back and give it to Red Skull?
We're done with it.
That's a good question. Somebody answer.
Someone destroy it. Yeah, I don't know.
Farm Boy wants me to rate my ginger ale. It was a.
They were yelling at you for like 25
It
minutes
was
straight.
it was a 1. It was too sweet.
What?
Yeah,
That's
too
the
sweet.
best one.
Now they need less high fructose corn syrup and more ginger.
I don't think that one has a lot of high fructose corn. It's the like Verner's. Ginger.
Stop this madness. Now here's what I want to do. I want to pretend that the stuff that they did when they went back in time has an impact on what actually ended up happening, and I want to go see scenes from like Captain America and some of the other movies. Because you know that scene when Cap finds Peggy and she's like 90 and she's dying and she has dementia, like that very well could be her husband, but she has dementia, so she's like doesn't know what's happening. You know what I mean? If he had gone back as Steve Rogers and ended up marrying her and all that stuff.
I think this podcast is giving me dementia. I don't know.
I am dementia. How about that?
How about it?
So yeah,
I'm done with Endgame. What other shit do you want to
I
talk?
feel like you were so excited to talk about Endgame and now you're just over it.
Well, there's nothing that really happens.
It was like the biggest payoff of anything I've ever seen. I think episode 9 will definitely deliver. But as far as endings to things that I've seen in my lifetime, this is probably the most satisfying ending to a storyline I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Very satisfying.
Yeah.
The fight at the end was just glorious.
I was actually really happy with that fight. Sometimes I don't know how to say this. There's like too much fight. Like I don't need to see the same type of
Just mindless
soldier,
monster.
yeah, get killed. I don't need to see it 20 times. All this time he gets sliced. Now this one gets sliced the other way. And
This time it gets blown up.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna actually get into the Game of Thrones, but they did a little bit of that with the last episode where it was just like, all right, cut. Okay, well this one gets cut, and then this
now
one
I
gets
do kind of
burned.
want to talk about that.
But we'll hold off because that's a whole different thing.
Here's
Plus-
the issue about Thrones. Is not an issue really. Things feel different when you watch it by itself. Like episode 3 of Thrones is going to feel way different when I can watch 1 through 6 all in a row.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's like rating episode 8 before 9 comes out.
What? Hello Greedo actually has a hilarious video about a bunch of newspaper reviews from 1980 when Empire came out. And they sound exactly like people that hate The Last Jedi.
It's random.
like-
There's no structure. The characters suck all of a sudden.
It's uncanny how
Yeah.
how they sound exactly the same. So I recommend checking that out if you haven't watched Hello Greedo yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie, I think we're gonna wait until Thrones has totally aired and talk about it all as a whole. Yeah. We are watching it tonight though. I'm very, very fucking excited for it.
I'm hyped. Yeah, we're getting like down to the wire, man. I get what they did in the last episode because they've still got to flesh out a couple other things, but whoo, yeah. We'll
so
see.
this is competing with Avengers for my most satisfying ending of things. And then in December, Star Wars will compete with both of them.
You know, I did feel that way because we saw it in the same day.
What?
So we saw Endgame, and then like 2 hours later we
We
saw
had to watch the Battle of Winterfell. Yeah.
and it was I don't mean to call it like lackluster, but after Endgame I was like, what? And then Game of Thrones was like, wait a second, this is too much. Like I
I
can't.
just don't. The issue with having so many nerdy things happening at once is that I don't have enough time to simmer on it. Like I need to like let Endgame chill, think about it, go see it again before I can really move on to a new thing. I feel like I'm going from Celebration to Game of Thrones to Endgame. It's all happening so fucking fast. I can't like sit down and like just think about it. That's why having episode 9 coming out holiday It's going to be kind of secluded. It's like its own holiday thing. Mm-hmm. No Marvel movies or anything like that happening.
We still got the Joker coming out.
Joker, yeah. Shazam. Disney Plus with Mandalorian and Clone Wars season 6, 7.
Are we assuming, how are they going to be releasing Mandalorian?
Mandalorian is weekly.
So, okay.
November 12th.
November 12th is going to be the
launches.
first episode released.
Yep.
Okay, I'll just
So we'll
wait,
have like
wait till like January and get them all.
No.
Because did you see the
We're
budget?
going to talk about that every single episode.
Did you see the budget shit that they were talking about?
Yeah, 100 million.
100 million for 10 episodes, which is on par for the last season of Game of Thrones. What?
Yeah.
They're investing a lot of money on this shit. I better see some cosmic challenges.
What? I'm so hyped for that. So we're going to have a couple episodes of that aired before episode 9 comes out.
Say it again? Oh, you're going to see an episode of that. Okay. Couple?
A couple, probably. Yeah, 7, 12, 19.
When does 9 come out? Like
2,
the
3.
15th?
We'll have 5 episodes of Mandalorian before episode 9. The like the 21st of December? 20th?
I don't know why they do that. Like so close to
It's the Friday before Christmas.
Christmas is on like a fucking Tuesday this year, isn't it? Monday?
I don't know.
I think it's a Tuesday.
I don't know.
See, that sucks.
Why?
Because you'll have to. Everybody will be going back to work the day after.
Christmas?
Yeah.
Not if they don't take the day off off of work.
Usually, well, I mean, I get 2 days off, so it'll be Monday, Tuesday. The only other way to do that is I have to work Monday, then I have Tuesday, Wednesday off, then I gotta go back to work. Yeah, it's just sometimes it just lands.
Take off the whole month.
I mean, I didn't plan on working. Good day, Galaxy.
Sorry.
Episode 1 is mediocre at best. That was it.
Please. Please.
What was the most recent episode that you saw?
Star Wars?
Yeah.
I watched episode 6 today while I was playing Battlefront.
You didn't play Battlefront, first of all. Oh, you played
I played the old one, and then I played a bit of the arcade of the new one.
Episode 6.
I was watching
the despecialized.
Despecialized, which if you haven't seen any of the despecialized versions, if you don't already have like the old school unaltered VHS, whatever, I recommend watching it. Episode 6 in particular is way better unaltered. So go check them out. I think if you just search up Star Wars Despecialized, you can download them. It's a fan edit, but it's pretty close to the original cut until we get like an official Disney thing, which they bought Fox. We could probably be getting like episode 1 through 9 full collector's set probably soon.
One of the worst things they ever chose was putting a beak on the goddamn Sarlacc pit.
Yeah,
Like,
what the hell, dude?
Why? It's already a hole in the fucking ground. And what'd you try to do? Make it a squawking hole in the ground.
What are the changes that are actually good? All the audio. Emperor hollow transmission in 5.
Oh yeah, it's a huge upgrade.
And I honestly, like, what else is good? I think that's it.
Probably all the blasters. That probably already looks a lot fucking better. Any flight. I know they added
A lot of the space stuff.
a lot of the space stuff was a lot better. Yeah, I don't know. Like added scenes, probably very few. Maybe one. I can't even think of anything.
trash.
We'll see. All right, episode 190, 100.
191. We got 192 coming for you guys next week, and then we'll have a little break while Mr. Mopar goes and
Going to Alaska.
gets married.
Go gets married.
Glass Armor and Mopar.
Dink, dink, dink. Yeah.
You get to do that soon.
I'm actually excited because
You getting a coaxium ring?
I got one. Coaxium.
I'm just joking. What's the Mandalorian iron that's like resistant to lightsabers?
Vibro swords.
Beskar. You gonna get a Beskar ring?
Dantooine.
Darksaber ring? Get a lightsaber ring. Just cut your finger off. So yeah, 192 next week, and then we're taking a break, and then we'll be back in June.
When there's absolutely nothing going on.
I was gonna say we'll have some time to actually reflect on Thrones, catch up on some things.
Thrones will be done.
I think there was a Marvel game coming out for Switch, Ultimate Alliance 3. I don't know when that is, but I'm excited for it. Spider-Man will be coming out. We'll have to go see Shazam. There's plenty. And then obviously we're going to have books and comics leading up to episode 9. So we're going to have plenty to talk about.
Plenty.
We'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you guys. Goodbye.
Farewell, everybody.
Take luck. Take care.
Why would you do that? All right, guys. Thanks
got
for arguing with each other while we recorded a podcast. We appreciate everybody sometimes.
Who's this guy?
Yeah, I go back and forth on wanting to talk about Thrones because I really fucking...
Who's Corey? Corey. I don't know. Oh, it must be their Orlando that signed up for the.
Yeah, we sent posters out to a few motherfuckers.
Thanks for the shit Rogue Squad pod. The Nilla wafers were great. That's all.
I didn't send those. One time I did send a package and I gave them the rest of the cereal from the beer infusion. I just put the whole box of Cheerios in there or whatever the fuck it was.
Box them. Lock them, stock
We're
them.
still on the stream. Yeah,
all right, guys, we're leaving it all.
Thanks for turning in.
Yins.
I appreciate it. Sorry we missed you last week, but I also don't care that much, and we'll catch you next week.
We'd rather not.
Are you going to finish any of the books before next week? Probably aren't. Are you going to be mad if I finish Queen Shadow and Dooku and I talk about the whole plot of all of them?
Well, Dooku, there's a chance I can finish that. I mean, it's a shorter audiobook.
You're probably not going to read Queen Shadow anyways. Because I want to go through like the whole thing and do spoilers and all that. So, there's not crazy. Spoilers,
I
but
highly doubt I'll ever
there's a few big things.
get through Queen Shadow. Master
good.
and Apprentice, I'll be doing. But
Yeah.
done with that.
Cool. All right. Bye, guys.